Now we're ready to do the part with the step 1 of 2 polishing compound. We just take a little bit, dab it on your handkerchief. Like so, you probably can't pick that up on camera, but it's just a small area. Hold it between your 2 fingers, just work it back and forth on the axle. Be sure to get up against the axle head itself and on the shaft. See, your white handkerchief is getting kind of dark. Dab a little bit more just below that black strip. Working it back and forth on the axle shaft and getting up against the head. Now we're making progress. Dab a little bit more paste just below the last one. Working it back and forth across the axle shaft and up against the head. That's 3 times. I'm doing this a total of 8 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, halfway there. Axle, shaft, and up against the head. That's 5. A little bit more paste. This is 6. And dab, paste, spread it on the cloth, your handkerchief. This will be the 7th time. Dab some more paste, and this will be the 8th time. And that's more than enough. Okay, that's 8 times with the step 1 of 2 axle paste. Take your bounty paper towel, clean off the excess. And then I go to the step 2, which is a little less coarseness. Sure and shake it up real well. That's the step 2 Spacewalker axle polish. Don't take too much of this. See, you can still pull off metal. Three or four times of this. Now on this product, I just shut off the Dremel. That's about how much I did there. I think it was 4 times. And we let that dry and haze up before we polish it off. Close up all your containers. Your paste 1 of 2. And your final axle polish step 2 of 2. Close both of those up, set them aside. I have an axle here that's already dried and ready to buff off the step 2 of 2. You can hopefully see how that's fogged up. Place this one in the Dremel. Take a clean section of your handkerchief. Sure and get up against the axle head always, and the shaft. Then I'm going to open up my alcohol container. And I'm just taking a toothbrush, concentrating on that recess on the axle up against the head to get the polished out of there. Then I'll take my silver cloth that's dipped in the alcohol. Just do this lightly. You take your air. I have my air compressor set to 60 pounds. I'm going to shut that off, and then we'll go to actually cleaning the axle up, ready for the race prep. Back on camera. Now the axle that we finished polishing, we'll need to clean that up real well so you can apply whatever axle prep you want to your axle. Most people are using Jigaloo, which I understand is a little scarce and hard to get. But right now, until my supply runs out, I do sell a 3-ounce can, I think for a couple bucks on my website. I'm offering that at $2 with the purchase of $25 of other product. I have to do that because the shipping charge, you'd be paying way too much for the can of Jigaloo. But if you're paying $2 and you're including that with another purchase, it makes it affordable for me to sell it at that price at $2 a can. I'm dipping the axle in the alcohol and rubbing it with the silver cloth that's dipped in the alcohol. Just go on a final dip and then take your 60 pounds of air. You want to go around the axle real slow and make sure you're getting all the lint or whatever could be on the axle. Oh, almost forgot this. These have screwdriver slots cut in the axle head, and I just swipe that across there to get compounds and chips or whatever from the cutting the axle slot. And one final step here. I take my little bounty towel square, hold it like so, press it up against the axle head, leaving the bottom of the axle head exposed, and just twist it between your forefinger and thumb, and be sure to get down on the axle shaft itself. You're not touching the axle shaft itself. And repeat with the air, working around the axle all the way, real slow. Also blow air on the head. This step is very critical, because if you leave any debris on there, it's going to slow your car down. By the way, you do have to hang on to that axle real good because it will blow out of your finger, between your fingers. And then with the magnification of your choice, I've got an office lamp with this magnified, and this magnifier, and it's got a little increased magnification right here. And this is what I'm used to. I hold it under there. What I'm doing now is checking for shininess, and you will see still, believe it or not, pieces of lint. You can't pick that up in the camera, I know. Just work yourself around the entire shaft and head, checking for debris and lint. Got it all. Axle really looks good.
So we worked very hard to make Geico.com very easy. Say you want to report a claim and follow its progress. You can do it all online at Geico.com.
These axles, after machining, is a product that starts out extremely good. Very easy to work with, shine up. Another little piece of lint. Be patient when you do this. Make sure you're checking the entire axle and axle head for debris. I just hold it in my left hand, thumb and forefinger, and twist it a little bit at a time. There's another little piece of lint. It's amazing how those little pieces will stay on the axle until you identify where they're at and concentrate your air in that position. This is the difference between the racers, is you have to be detailed and very careful when you're getting your axles and wheels, wheel bores and so on ready to race. That axle looks awesome. I'm quite sure you probably can't pick that up on camera, but maybe you can. We'll hold the light over it. Awesome looking axle. Now that one's ready to spray with Jiggalo. That concludes the new axle polishing for the new 93 SRG by Derby Evolution. Both Derby Evolution and Spacewalker models sell this axle on their sites. Place it in the axle holder, and that set of axles is ready to go.